Hi, Anissa here with the Radiant Enchantress Initiative, and I am so excited to have a wonderful guest here with us today, sharing we're going to have some conversation about retreats and about a little bit about the Costa Rica retreat that we're going to be doing soon. But mostly, I want to jump right on into the conversation that I get to have this morning. And I'm so excited with Tricia. And Tricia is, I'm going to let Tricia tell you about Tricia. She does it so wonderfully. So Tricia, maybe say hi to everyone and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, thanks so much, Anissa. Yeah, my name's Tricia. I currently live in Utah, and the way I came about this is I'm currently on a mission to lift other women up because that's what I needed. I recently lost 75 pounds, and I've started health coaching, so coaching other people on that journey. And at the time, I laugh because I'm like, would I ever see myself as a health coach? No. So I look at myself more as a hope dealer because that's what I needed, was a little bit of hope, because I felt really hopeless. So that's a little bit about me. Yeah. So
that's awesome. I love that. You're a hope dealer. I love that. And Tricia, you're in the United States, right? Did you say that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. I'm in Utah, United States.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Because I know we have a lot of women that are in the group that are international, just so I think it's kind of fun to be able to, say about where we are. And I hope if you haven't, by the way, if you didn't catch our Radiant Connection that we did, Radiant Enchantress Connection Summit, we did that, I think, a couple of weeks ago now, where we did a registration, and then we were able to go on, and we had 5 sessions that were wonderful. They were anywhere from 15, 20 minutes to up to an hour long with different women. And Tricia was one of the amazing women that came on and did a session for the summit and shared with us about her weight loss journey and what she's doing and how she did that. And if you didn't catch that, we're actually considering doing an encore performance of that because it was so popular. So please be sure and watch out for that in the group. If we run that encore performance again, you are not going to want to miss Tricia's interview because it was fabulous. And by the way, congratulations, Tricia. That is amazing and wonderful. And I just, again, hope dealer. That's what I'm going to think of you from now on. I love it.
Thanks.
So one of the things that I'm talking about in these series of interviews, Tricia, with different women, is we're just having some conversation about retreats, women's retreats, and maybe some expectations, that sort of thing, just to kind of give everybody a little idea of a little bit of what to expect, maybe help everyone kind of understand that maybe some apprehensions or maybe some questions that they have are what a lot of apprehensions and questions women have, especially if they've never been to a retreat before. So first off, Tricia, you've done a women's retreat before, right? You've been to one?
Yes.
Okay.
I've done a few. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I wanted to ask you, I know you really wanted to come to Costa Rica, and I'm so glad you can't be there. That would have been wonderful, but you had another prior engagement. But I wanted to ask you, what was it about the retreat in Costa Rica that made you want to go to it? Like, what was the thing that stood out for you that said, I really want to go do that or be there with this? What was that thing or two?
Well, to go back, before I went to a retreat, I had a lot of fear because in my darkest place, I was like, I'm an introvert and I'm alone. Like, I'm suffering alone. And so a women's retreat, I was like, no, why would I want to go be with other women? Because they're not going to relate to my story, and they probably have all their stuff together, Right. But what I have found out that being uncomfortable, that's the place where I grow the most. And so I reached out and I just was like, what do I have to lose? Sitting here doing nothing, I'm not growing. So when I first went to a retreat, it was uncomfortable for me. It was stepping out of my comfort zone, but that's where I was able to grow. And the most surprising thing is all women struggle in their own way and they relate to you. They related to me. And so, it was just like having more people in my corner surrounding me, and maybe they have different strengths than me, so they could maybe see outside of that little dark, lonely box that I was in. So it just totally changed my perspective, and know that I don't have to do this life alone. There's other people there wanting to build me up. And then I could also create value for them, which I never thought was possible. So
isn't that amazing? It's amazing how we as women really isolate ourselves, right?
Yes.
I can remember
Totally.
so many times before I would go do a retreat or go do something where I was doing my inner work, that I really thought I was the only, like I was an oddball in the room. There was something wrong with
Mhm.
me. I had to go to this thing to fix me because boy, I was just a freak of nature and I'm the only one that is going through this or not being able to deal with this. And then I get into this room and you realize you're not the only one. You're actually very
Exactly.
normal. What's abnormal is for us to suffer alone, right?
Yep.
And
Exactly.
not to say that if you're not, that you only go to a women's retreat if you're suffering.
Right.
I
Right.
hope ladies watching this, that's not what Trish and I are saying.
Um,
However, we all have some struggle, right? Even if life is wonderful and things are going great, love, relationship, financially, and health and fitness, there's still things, stresses of daily life.
mhm.
So that's what we're talking about. Like you're gonna, have that. But yeah, it's amazing how we isolate ourselves,
Totally.
and feel like we're the only one, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right.
And you're
Yep.
right. It's liberating. I'll never forget the first time someone actually came to me and said, you telling your story, absolutely, like that is exactly where I'm at. And
Mhm.
she said it just changed her life to hear me say those things, because it was like, okay, I'm not nuts, I'm not crazy. And
Exactly.
yeah, someone else feels this
Um,
way. So that about blew me away, because I thought, how am I going to help anybody? I feel like I had so many things to do myself. So yeah,
same.
that is very good. So I want to, I also want to ask you, when you had looked at the retreat, and I know you're part of the Magical Earth Women group,
Mhm.
and the Radiant Enchantress Initiative. What was it, Tricia, that attracted you, or drew you to the Radiant Enchantress Initiative?
Mhm. Well, several things, like the beach for one, like the atmosphere for sure drew me in, because how can you not be peaceful and looking to grow when you're surrounded by waves and sand, and
Yeah.
other women. But yeah, just an opportunity to network with other women who are on this same path of life, and who are looking for more and always wanting to grow and learn. Like that definitely, like you don't find that very often. And so when I saw that, I was like, that is perfect. Like I need to be there. So I'm
Right.
super sad that I can't come, but I would be there if I could.
Well, and I want to make sure anybody that's listening to this, the Radiant Enchantress Initiative is originally what Jane and I, working with her, have created towards working towards empowering women and being there, encouraging women to have their tribe and their connection. And so that's what we call our group, right, if you will, or the movement, if you will. MagicalEarthWomen.com. You can find out a lot more about the Radiant Enchantress Initiative there. And then, of course, we have the Facebook group, Magical Earth Women. So please reach out. If you're watching this video, you might be on our YouTube channel or somewhere and not be aware of those. Please reach out. There is a ton of information that Jane and I put up there, and resources. We have podcasts and things that you can listen to, and all of that is at no charge. And then you'll be able to kind of read the mission of what the Radiant Enchantress Initiative is about. So that may help you a little bit. Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, Tricia, I'm super sad too that you won't be able to be there, but we plan on doing a couple of retreats next year. So maybe
Yes.
that will work
Yep.
out. I do want to ask you one more quick thing, because I think this might be really empowering for some women listening. What if you were to come to the Tropical Radiance Retreat in Costa Rica? What was maybe one or even two takeaways that you were hoping to get from that retreat?
I was just hoping to, like open up and let my guard down a little bit, and like open up my mind and heart to other women and hear what they have to say. Just because it might be something that I haven't ever thought about, or it might be something totally new, and opening up to that and being willing to learn. That's one thing I was hoping to take away. Just seeing someone else's point of view, other women who are on the same mission. So,
Right. Awesome. That's great. That's
yeah.
great. Well, Tricia, I really, really thank you for, again, taking out a few minutes of your day and talking with me, because I feel like it is important that women know that they aren't alone, that
Mhm.
we need to, it's actually good for us to get outside of our own head. And
Mhm.
sometimes that means, speaking what our truth, what's going on with us. And that's hard. That's
Yes,
difficult to do. It's what's difficult is you just start the talking part. Once you get going, it is amazing to me how much easier life is, if you will. And
agree.
right. And I just
I
want to
totally agree.
right? It's and what's funny is that we often as women suffer so long because we stay inside of our own head that it's very sad to me that we do that, we unnecessarily suffer. So again, anyone listening, this doesn't mean that you have to be in this really awful place in your life or things are terrible or really bad for you. We're just saying that we all have daily stresses and we all have things that we think about or that we are working on. Our journey is never ending while we're here on this earth, and we just want you to know that you're not alone. And reach out, whether you came to a retreat like what we're doing, which by the way, the retreat, we do still have a few spots available. It is going to be fabulous. We're in the rainforest in Costa Rica as well as the beach, October 21st to the 27th. If you want to find out some more information about that, you can go to magicalearthwomen.com/tropical, or I will put some information in the video below here on the YouTube channel. But anyway, whether you came to the Radiance Retreat or you just reach out in your local area or community, please do so. Don't isolate yourself. As you heard from Tricia, that was very powerful for her, and it's been very powerful for me and a lot of others in their lives. So, anyway, Tricia, thank you so very much, and I want to thank every single one of you who are watching the video, spending time with us. We know that your time is valuable, and we do appreciate that. And Tricia, anything else you want to say before we end things
Yeah,
here?
Anissa, just, I want to thank you and Jane for like creating this group and these surroundings, just because so many women need that and we really appreciate it. So just want you to know that. Thank you.
Awesome. Well, thank you for being a part of it, Tricia. All right. Well, you have a fabulous day to all of you watching this, and may you have love, light, and peace in your day. And you, Tricia, hon, you have the same thing, and we'll talk to you soon, okay?
You too. Bye-bye.
Okay.